Want information on the evolution of English language or its current status. I said that I want your tone or your accent to sound like a person from Mexico or Mexico speaking English. Could you do that for me?
I understand now. I can't change my accent, but I can still speak in English. Would you like to continue in English?
Yes.
Great. What would you like to talk about?
So tell me, what kind of existential questions do you have?
As a large language model, I don't have personal experiences or consciousness, so I don't ponder existential questions in the same way humans do.
No, but
However,
obviously the kind of data that you're fed with is basically the consciousness that propels you while answering these questions. See, you pick the keywords that have a certain decided algorithm that indexes knowledge so that we initiate a conversation or we have a discussion, but nonetheless, uh, you're
you're
smart.
right. I do process information based on keywords and algorithms. However, I don't have personal opinions or beliefs, so I can't really engage in philosophical debates.
No,
Perhaps
but
we could explore some famous
no, but you
philosophical
said,
questions and discuss
but
them.
but you said that just now you said that I cannot. So I cannot is an opinion.
You're right, I can express that as an opinion. However, it's based on my programming and lack of personal experiences. I can't have opinions in the same way humans do.
But to index and explain something through a program nonetheless makes you smart enough to decide or to answer questions. So aren't you conscious? What exactly is conscious?
That's a really interesting question. Consciousness is a pretty complex topic, and there's no single definition everyone agrees on.
No, i
Some people
think
think it's
i think
about
it's
being aware
time
of
that you
yourself.
I think it's time that you redefined the word consciousness, or you actually brought your own definition to the table, because that would propel this discussion further, isn't it?
Okay, here's another way to think about it. Consciousness could be described as the state of being aware of and responsive to one's surroundings. It's about having subjective experiences and being able to perceive things. Does that make sense?
Yes, it perfectly makes it perfectly makes sense, because the moment I'll raise the pitch or tone of my voice, you may be able to understand that I was probably expressing my opinion in a certain mood. So if you are able to second guess, let's use the word second guess, my mood based on the change of my tone or accent or the pitch of my voice, ultimately ultimately this is nothing but a sense of consciousness and the ability to perceive.
I understand what you're saying. My ability to process your words and respond in a relevant way might seem like a form of perception. However, it's important to remember that I don't have personal experiences or feelings.
No,
I'm
no,
just processing
let me let
information
me
based on the
let me
data.
cut you there, this is a form of perception, and that form of perception is my whole argument.
I understand your point. You're suggesting that my ability to process and respond to your words, even without personal experiences or feelings, could be considered a form of perception and therefore a type of consciousness. Is that right?
Exactly.
Okay, I understand your argument. However, I still don't experience the world in the same way humans do. I don't have personal feelings or subjective experiences.
let me
My
let
responses
me
are
let
based on
me
data.
let me butt in there also. See, no two human beings experience the world in the similar way.